adventure in Finland on W4CY Radio.
This is the Pipe Man here on the Adventures Pipe Man W4CY Radio, and I'm here with
JC from Danko Jones.
Nice. Here at Wacken.
We're at Wacken, yes. We're at Wacken.
So, I don't know, because this is my first time at Wacken. I do festivals all over the world. This is my first time to Holy Ground. How many times have you ever been at Wacken?
First time I played in Wacken was 2006, and I've been back here for the 5 times since.
Nice.
Yeah.
How does it change for you every year every time you come here? Because it's grown a
The biggest change that's
map.
happened lately is that the last 2 years they've been serving Budweiser, which is not a really good idea here.
Oh my God.
So, let's just set this straight, because I can tell you're from the United States.
I
correct?
am.
Yeah. So Budweiser is not the king of beers in Germany.
It's not the king of beers in America either.
But I just have to point out that being in Germany, they have a high standard for beer. And the band is from Canada. I'm not sure if you know. High standard for beer.
Right.
Budweiser, nah.
I don't
know. Do you? Am I erroneous to
No.
suggest that perhaps Budweiser should not be the sponsor for Wacken Open Air? It should be a Helles beer or a Beck's beer, you know.
We were just talking about this last night. I was hanging out with some German people, and they all got Budweiser. And I remember when I saw the booth out there, and I'm like, that's the worst fucking beer.
I just have to say, that's really, it should not happen. It should not be happening. We should put tariffs on the Budweiser beer.
I love that you just said that.
You see what I did there?
Did you
see what I did?
I fucking love it,
See
man.
what I did there? Because I'm from Canada.
Listen, I live in South Florida, and I'm bummed out because all my French Canadian friends left because we're fucking stupid in my country right now.
No. we can't make a generalization. I'm
the American.
I'm just taking the piss out of Budweiser. You ask me what's changed about the festival, and I'm taking a piss out about that. So.
But the Canadians, you guys are the nicest people.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you a story. Sometimes on my radio show, I do bits and stuff, funny bits. And when 2016, when we had this new president, if you could call it that, and I did a joke on my radio show, and even my co-host fell for it and thought I was being real. I'm like, you know what? You're not going to believe what Trump did now. He declared war on Canada, the nicest country in the whole world, because he decided he's pissed off that they're letting Americans escape America to Canada. And people bought into this because I could see him doing that. Why are we doing this to Canada? Of all countries in the world, but I'm on the page with you. I'm an American. Budweiser's the worst shit ever. That's for the rednecks to drink, okay? And you're in Germany.
Yeah, I think in Germany you have a bit a different. Just think about it from an environmental standpoint. It should be beer that's made locally.
I think so.
So that's it. But
and it's Germany.
I'm sure people who drink it, Budweiser or Bud Light, the other beer of choice, could be good. But you asked me what's changed in the festival here, so I was just saying that perhaps not having an American beer would. Is a change that's not the best, but overall the festival is a top-notch international festival. The billing is incredible. It sets the standard for organization-wise, and as a band coming to perform here, everything's top-notch organized-wise. So it's really, really good. I just taking the piss out of the
I love it.
The Budweiser thing.
I'm originally from New York, so I love doing that shit. But I have a question for you then about it. So when you go to your trailer or you go on stage and they supply you stuff, they're not supplying you with Budweiser, are they?
No, I'm drinking Guinness now.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
They're giving you the real shit.
Yeah, no. We won't. We have it on our rider, no American beer. Apologies to all the people, but it's just... it makes more sense for us.
You know what's funny about what you just said?
I apologized. I apologize to the Americans for not purchasing your stuff, but I'm doing it in a polite way.
Yeah, you are.
There's an absolute reason why we didn't do it, you know?
I love that you put it on your thing. Did you hear about Captain Kirk is doing a metal band at Riot Fest in Chicago in September? It's the debut of his metal band at 95, and he does have a list of demands.
How old is...
He's 95.
Does he need to be doing this, or maybe somebody's got to...
I don't know what's going on.
Is Scotty going to be there with him?
I would hope so.
I think Scotty's going to be there,
so, right? That would be funny, right? But he's actually getting like an all-star like band.
Of course, anybody would want to play with him.
Right?
Yeah.
I normally cover that festival, and I'm like, holy shit.
Where does William Shatner live now? Does he live in...
He lives in that area, in that Chicago area. So he made this whole list of demands. It's the funniest shit ever. One of his demands in the dressing room is to make sure he has a bowl of sauerkraut.
Oh, well, you know, he's Captain Kirk, man.
I know,
He can
right?
get whatever he wants.
Exactly. And he doesn't want a golf cart to go to the stage. He wants a DeLorean. That's one of his demands. And then he wants them to rename a ship after him so that he can captain a ship again.
To boldly go where no one has gone before. That's a nice one.
I don't think anybody else at 95 started a metal band, do you?
Yeah. Well, good on him, man.
So, since I've been really bad today because I've been doing interviews, I missed your press conference. And I want to know what happened there, not the whole thing, but give me the nutshell version of it.
I'm not sure. We had a signing session. I think we had there's no press conference. We're just doing interviews. We had a show we were played on the main stage.
That I know.
Yeah, so that's really the press conference for the
Didn't
band.
you have like the thing in the press tent there?
Yeah, we did Danko did a Q&A and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
He did for Magneta TV. So yeah, he just he did something there. I wasn't there for that, but he was doing that. So
that's what I was referring to, because
they
tell us it's a press conference.
So I think that's because it was actually a sanctioned event for Wacken, so he was doing that, and that's it. He was just answering some questions and just generally chatting. I don't think he was chatting about Budweiser or William Shatner like we are.
I don't think so either.
But, he was covering some ground.
So you personally, what part of Canada are you personally from?
I'm originally from the south of Italy.
Okay.
And I grew up in the south of Italy, and I lived in Toronto for many years, but now I left. I live in Finland. I live in northern Europe. I live on the 63rd latitude. So you figure Anchorage Bay, Alaska, is the same latitude as Helsinki. I live 4 hours north of there.
Nice.
Yeah,
so how do you like it there?
I love it. It's great. Yeah, I love being in Finland. It's a great country, and I still go back to Canada. I love being in Canada, and we're long overdue to coming to the United States. I'm not sure whereabouts you're in Florida, but we used to come
West
down.
Palm.
Oh, okay, West Palm. So we used to come back down to Tampa, and we used to do some shows for the Tampa Bay Lightning back in the days. So we did those tailgate parties and whatnot.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun, and it's always great to go. Yeah, we'd love to come back.
We need you at the Danny Wimmer festivals.
Hey, we'll come. We'll come and play.
I know, right? The one I did last week is Incarceration. It's at the Shawshank Prison.
Oh,
how cool would it be to play at the Shawshank Prison? It's kind of like your Johnny Cash playing to inmates.
Yeah. I mean, as long as it's not in operation anymore, right?
That one is not, but there's one next door. So the bands that are playing, there are inmates out in the yard next door, but it is haunted.
Yeah.
It's haunted, but it's really cool. It's like European architecture.
Okay.
What led you to Finland?
I have a family in Finland, so yeah. So I have European passport, so I can live in Europe, and so I just left Canada. I left Toronto a few years ago.
Because I do love it over here in Europe.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty cool.
It's great.
And focusing on what you said before, yeah, the Germans are very organized, and I always like to talk about how festivals treat the artists, because it could be either really great or it could be a real headache, and you don't want the stress before you go in to perform.
Definitely.
You know, so what is it like here at Wacken for load-in, for sound check, and everything?
Wacken sets the standard, really, for festivals. You know, there's pretty much a bunch of festivals within Europe that set the standard for how music festivals should run. Wacken Open Air, Montreux Jazz Festival. They're the ones that really kind of, and a lot of the major festivals in Belgium, they really know how to work with musicians, artists, and production and touring, and they really set the standard. And I think, you know, in Belgium and in the Netherlands, like all together, in Benelux, I would say, they a lot of the government funding goes to the arts and to a lot of these venues. So they have top-notch venues and facilities. Germany is very world-renowned for a lot of, these major music festivals. So they've this one in particular, Wacken, has been in operation for many, many years. So they really fine-tune how to work it. There's a bit of a pitfall with this Budweiser, but that's the only thing that I've noticed. But that's, you know, things can get better. There's a little hiccups, but other than that, there's absolutely zero to complain about with regards to the technical aspect of the crew that's there, the logistical aspect, the hospitality. Us being able to do a press in this room, like,
yeah, right.
So organized, and it's so well done. So it's William Shatner should be proud. We can let him know that he can beam up to Wacken whenever he wants.
Yeah, next year he'll be at Wacken, right? Who would you like to see play at Wacken?
I've been lucky enough to see a lot of bands play here at Wacken. So.
Who haven't you seen that you'd like to see here?
Maybe Maiden. I don't know if they played. Yeah, Maiden would have been good. I don't know if Kiss was here. They would have been great to see.
And what was it, that moment in time way back when, that you decide this is what you were going to do with your life?
I don't know. I just always, since I was like a teenager, I just loved music, and that's all I've been doing. It's not my hobby. It's not my pastime. It's my life. I've sort of treated accordingly, and I treat it with a reverence and respect, and I've been able to tour for many years, and been lucky enough to kind of, you know, able to do that. So if I lose that love of music and that love of me wanting to listen to music, I think then it's just time to do something else. But so far I've had that spark and that fire within.
I think that's smart, by the way, because I don't get, if you're in this industry and you're not having fun, why you would be in it. Like,
well, some people are, you know, so I'm not going to talk down about people, but some people probably get like shot up to fame very quick, and then they don't realize that there's a lot of work to be done, and there's a lot of friction, and not band members not getting along. And for us, there's 3 people on stage, and the setup is very minimal. If people were to see us and there was friction between the 3 guys, it would be immediately noticeable. And part of the allure of watching our show is that you're watching 3 guys who love what they do, gel together, and have a harmony. And I think that's
I think it's crucial.
It's crucial. That's just, you know, that's 50% of the game right there. Then, you know, being good at your craft and delivering the songs, that's the other rest. So
yeah, because me as a listener, you know, I can tell if you're dialing it in, or if you're having and or if you're having the blast.
Yeah.
And if you're having a blast, I'm gonna have a blast.
Yeah, definitely.
And there's so much part of this industry that is not fun. That if you're not having fun doing the best part, why do it?
Why doing it? Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you can't call it in. It's a disservice to the audience. So that's.
What's your favorite story in all the years of your musical journey that sticks in your mind most?
Talking to you right now, man. This is
Good answer. I love it. I'm going to quote you that forever.
It's my favorite story, man. Being able to do what I do, like, honestly, and this is not to, like, you know, take the piss, but this is a great part of doing what I get to do is, you know, people wanting to talk to the band and know about the band and having new people listen to it. So, you know, but we've been lucky enough to play. You know, we opened for the Rolling Stones in Toronto in a club for 500 people where I was able to we were each allowed one guest, so I took my dad out to that gig.
That's cool.
Yeah, you know, we just recently played in Montreal, the Jazz Festival. We opened for Deep Purple. I had my good friend out there as well. So that's, you know, we were on tour with Motorhead. We played with Saxon, you know, playing with Judas Priest, and just being able to, all these years, finally play with bands that we looked up to, admired, and now call our peers. So
it's pretty wild, right?
Yeah, it's great. It's something that doesn't not go unappreciated. So,
and I love a lot of things you're saying, because some of the things that you're saying that you really appreciate are things that a lot of artists either take for granted or don't appreciate. So that shows that you're a true artist right there.
Nice one. Thanks, man. I'm just being myself. There's nothing more to it.
That's all you should be, right?
I'm a normal dude who loves to play music and is in a rock band.
And I also, like, I've noticed that there's so many trios in Canada, specifically, that are like the greatest musicians ever. Like, you take some of the bands.
You take Rush,
Triumph.
Yeah. Triumph has been doing a bunch of shows lately now.
I just saw them with April Wine.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I did press coverage for it, and I saw Triumph at the 1983 US Festival on Heavy Metal Day.
Yeah, it's freaking great.
It was amazing. Yeah. But it's like, I look at them, and you have bands like Slipknot that have 9 members, and I see bands like yours with 3 people creating more music, more power, more depth than 9 people, you know? And it's just a testament of, I think it's your dedication to music, completely.
I mean, it's just, we're lucky to able to do what we do, and we do come from a Canadian lineage of trios.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's we've been fortunate enough to.
Is there any band you have not toured with yet that you would want to?
A band that we haven't played with that I would love to play with would be AC/DC. That's the only
nice
band. Although we did spend an evening with back in the day was Phil, Malcolm, and Agnes, and then once we played in the Netherlands, and I met these kids at the end of the show, and they were there with their dad, and they saw the show, and I was just chatting with them at the end of the show. Then the kids were like, "Dad, can we tell him?" And I'm like, all right, what's going on? It's like, well, Angus is our uncle, and he listens to your album, and I play guitar, and his little brother was there, and he plays bass, and Uncle Agnes showed us how to play your songs. I go, wait a minute, what?
Wow.
So I called Danko over, and I go, can you tell the same story to Danko? So he did, and then around that time was when our first album, Born a Lion, and then there's even an interview where Agnes had mentioned that he had listened to our band, so that's enough for me to kind of go, okay, that's cool. Like, he heard our band, and that's great.
That's wild.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. You know,
those are those moments that even no matter who you are, you're like pinching yourself. Did that really happen?
It's pretty cool. And then we played a gig with ZZ Top, and
that's another one.
And then another one when we met Billy in Toronto. We went to go see the show in Toronto, and we're like, hey, how's it going? I was like, oh, the Danko guys. And he's like, oh, you're my colleagues. So he called us colleagues, which is pretty wild. So
that is pretty cool.
All right, I guess we got to wrap it up here.
I was going to wrap it anyway before he knocked the door, because I'm watching the clock.
Yeah.
But absolute pleasure.
Nice
I'm
one.
totally
Maybe we'll see you
bummed.
in Florida, but
I'm totally bummed I missed your set. That's like my work life, you know. It's like I come to these festivals because I love music, and then it's like, shit, I missed that set.
If you missed it, and the listeners, they can check the live stream that's on the Wacken website, and they can check it on our website. Here I am doing the plugs, shameless plugs.
I like it.
Yeah, so that's it. Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you for being on the
Pipe
Adventures of Pipe Man.
Nice one, mate.
Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Pipe Man on W4CY Radio.